So here's the deal. Whether you like it or not, you need to learn to close. But don't worry, I'm gonna make it really easy for you. Stay tuned. So if you've been watching my videos, you know that there are so many amazing ways for you to generate leads for your business. Now, leads are important, but if you can't close your leads, you're basically playing catch and release. You don't actually get anything accomplished. Closing is something that a lot of people are really scared about, but I want you to know closing is one of the most amazing feelings you can ever have. The endorphin rush, the surge to your bank account, suddenly knowing that you have a new client that you can be excited and passionate about. Closing is a skill that you need to master. I'm gonna share with you my 3 favorite tips for closing clients. First things first, and this might not surprise you at this point, you need to conquer your mindset. If you're scared of taking discovery calls, if you're freaking out every time you have to send a proposal, if you are panicking internally when you think about closing a potential client, that comes across in everything that you do. You have to think like a closer. There's an entire culture around closing, and I'll be totally honest, there are some salespeople that take it way too far. I'm not a fan of the hardcore closer culture because it oftentimes accompanies a lot of things that I just don't approve of. However, you can absolutely tap into the closer's mindset. And let me tell you, closers believe that they are winners. They believe that they deserve the sale. They're already visualizing how the sale feels, how they're gonna feel it in their body, what they're gonna see on the check. They know it's theirs. That certainty is the mindset that you need to embrace if you want to close clients. Number 2, sometimes you run out of words to say. It can be hard to think of questions to ask prospective clients. And sometimes discovery calls can feel like a runaway freight train. Suddenly, the prospective client takes control of the situation, and it feels like it's all downhill from there. Sales is kind of like a tennis match. Ultimately, you have to be in control. And one of the things that I found to be really, really helpful is having one of 2 things. Either a set of questions that guide me through the discovery call, or a script that is proven time and time again. This is especially helpful if you are completely uncertain or you feel like an imposter when it comes to closing clients. Those scripts that are proven, those questions that guide the conversation, allow you to maintain control without feeling like you're forcing a decision upon your prospect. And honestly, it makes it a lot more fun. I still remember the first time I used a high-ticket sales script on sales calls. I was really nervous, very skeptical. I didn't know if it was gonna work, but I went in trusting the process. Before you know it, we had closed $250,000 in sales, all because we had a proven script. And the best part is, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. A lot of closers who have gone before you have amazing, amazing scripts. And number 3, fortune is in the follow-up. You may have heard that it takes up to 9 touch points to potentially close a client. Sometimes it might even take more. So many people give up after the very first touch point when sometimes it could just take one last touch point to tip the prospect over the edge. Now, I'm not talking about annoying, harassing messages that feel like a bother, but instead just checking in to see where they're at. Ask them if they have any other questions. Offer to hop onto a call with them. Deliver more value. Say, is there anything I can explain for you better? And if they say yeah, the door is open. The coolest part about sales is it's not a no until they say no. That's the point where most hardcore closers take it a little further than I'm comfortable with. Hardcore closers don't take no for an answer. I personally believe that when someone says no, it means they're not ready, for whatever reason. And I'm a fan of respecting that. So I personally have a boundary of when someone says no, it means no. But up until that point, you better believe that you should be following up with that prospect every couple of days. Stay at the top of their mind. Don't let them forget who you are and the value that you bring. So you might be wondering, how do I get these discovery call scripts or questionnaires? Well, I've taken all the guesswork out of it, especially if you are a social media manager or a Facebook ad manager. I've put together the best discovery call questions, as well as the top converting proposals for social media managers. And you can have access to all of those resources that are proven, that are tested, that are used every single day by social media managers, by thousands of social media managers. I invite you to join me inside of Social Media United. And there are a lot of other resources that you are going to absolutely fall in love with. So just click the link and grab your 7-day trial for just $1. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and tell me what you think. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my amazing videos. I'll catch you later.